Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Geminis, we're going to jump on into a message where I just want to know what's the big ticket item for the month of October for our Gemini characters. Ooh, we got cards going everywhere, upside down, right side up, sunny side up. We got Justice and we got the Page of Swords, both in the reverse. So first off, this looks like something that Gemini has not been focusing on at all is getting balanced. For me, when justice goes in the reverse, that's where something that has been wrong is being made right. But it's not something that like Gemini has focused on or even recognized was kind of getting worked out for them. This is kind of something that comes almost out of nowhere. This balance, this energy of correcting, course correction. We got a Four of Cups in the reverse too. Um, I gotta say, something Gemini could find out something kind of important in the month of October that's like, oh wow, I'm so glad that that thing didn't happen. That thing that I mean, I kind of stopped thinking about it. I haven't really given it any idea, but I can't believe that I dodged a bullet on that one. I'm so relieved to find out. It all kind of makes sense now. I didn't miss out on a shot. I didn't miss a chance. I kind of already had let it go, but there's just some kind of like reassurance that it's all good. Like the universe worked this out. This is like karmic justice coming in. And I feel like even though Gemini already let it go, heck, this could be somebody that treated Gemini crappy or somebody that did something unkind, like really unfair. Sometimes people do stuff and they pretty much get away with it. And then you find out later, oh, wow. So karma balanced that out. Now, I never read vindictive. I don't think that's a good vibe. But here's the thing. I will read whatever comes out in the cards, good, bad, or ugly. I'm not wishing anyone like karmic justice for their bad, behavior. But I'm just saying in this, it kind of looks like Gemini finds out that that's exactly what happens. And it's just like, wow, I'm relieved that I wasn't a part of that, or I'm relieved that, something that didn't work out for me, someone who showed me their true colors, I already let it go, but I'm finding out that it all worked out just fine. That wasn't something I needed in my life. And this is just kind of more proof that things go the way they're supposed to. Hey, Pam Jam, wonderful to see you, honey. And hey, Em, glad you're here again, honey. Hi, Andrea. So let's go ahead and let's see a little bit more. So this is a nice way to begin. Nine of Wands. You know what? Even though this isn't news that Gemini was like waiting on or hoping to find out or asking or, spying to try to gather information, I still feel like sometimes it has an impact on us anyway when we hear something that is like, wow, justice was served. I didn't lift a finger to make it happen. I already had stepped away from it, but it still makes an impact on the Gemini in a really kind of beautiful way. It might unburden them in a way that they hadn't known they were still carrying some stress around. It might even give them more confidence. Sometimes I almost feel like maybe this was a situation where someone either slandered Gemini or they did something that was not right. And then it was revealed later on that oh wow, that person's character, they weren't trustworthy. And now we know darn well that they said they talk smack about Gemini, and we know darn well that wasn't true. That is still a huge burden. Even if we were strong enough to say, you know what, whatever, I can't stop people telling, lies about me. I'm not going to let it bother me. But you know what? To be vindicated later on is still like, my God, I can't even believe how much better I feel. This is a wounded warrior standing back up, coming back to their own and feeling like powerful again. I really feel like this is a big burden. I'm surprised that we don't have like a 10 of wands, but we do have an ace of pentacles. It's a new beginning. It feels refreshing. This feels like maybe Gemini is going to find out something that really makes him feel so vindicated and so much better about themselves. And I can only say it looks like they had dealt with someone who did something really unfair previously. Five of Swords in the reverse. And this really, I know I already said Gemini, like kind of said, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to think about it. But you know what? That maybe the need to protect themselves. Sometimes when we get hurt, I think it's fair to say that even though this is about a fictional character, I still think from a human perspective, it's really relatable to think when we feel like, wow, I got done dirty, or somebody really hurt my feelings, especially if somebody slanders our name or something, we kind of stop wanting to be around anybody, and it's just like I just want to avoid everybody. I If people are going to believe the worst of me, how do I even defend myself? So I just want to stay away from everybody. I think that energy totally heals. That's there's no more of that, because that 5 of Swords is in the reverse. This Gemini really feels like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how negatively something had impacted me, how I felt like I was shrinking into myself. I didn't want to maybe interact with certain people because of the drama that I was, kind of like sucked into at one point, or the drama that occurred that I somehow was an unwitting victim of. It's so good to see that energy of needing to protect, needing to put up a boundary, wanting to stay away from the drama and the harshness, that's all softening also. This just feels like a lot of unnecessary drama is being resolved here. I mean, this could have been big drama. This could have been um beef with one person all of a sudden gets spiraled out of control, and now it's like a whole group of friends or a family or a whole, like clique of people are involved, and it's like, why are you mad? You weren't even a part of this mess, and you don't have all the facts straight. That's what this feels like, is a huge hornet's nest where everything is getting cracked wide open, and it's becoming clear, and it's calming a lot of energy down. We got the Devil in the reverse, I'm telling you, and the Page of Swords upright. This Gemini, this is not a card of apology, but it is a card where it's like multiple people are seeing Gemini in a different light. They're recognizing that either they got duped by somebody and now they see the real vibe about Gemini, and it's like, you know what? Gemini's a really great person. In fact, the fact that they handled themselves with so much class in what could have been a difficult situation, they are definitely not toxic. They are somebody they operate like a boss. They're somebody that I want to get to know more about, this Gemini, because that's just the tip of the iceberg. They're not toxic. They don't do vengeance. They don't do, nasty smack talk in return. They literally carry themselves with grace. That's a pretty amazing reputation, that it's almost like out of a bad situation, not only has Gemini's reputation been restored, but they've built a better reputation. It seems like they're going to be noticed by multiple people who recognize how very not toxic this character is, how very much evolved they were to handle a tough situation with so much grace. We've got a Two of Pentacles. That doesn't mean that Gemini wants to deal with them. They may weigh it heavily. They may be like, I don't know. We even have the word friend. Angels and friends. It says angels exist, and sometimes they have wings, and we call them friends. I think that Gemini is kind of evaluating who stays in their life and who doesn't. I think either they are evaluating things because they too are surprised to discover that certain people didn't misjudge them. Certain people have always kind of stood beside them or had their back. And then there could be others that Gemini's like, I don't really know. That's great that they think I've got a great reputation now, but I'm not so sure that I need them too close to my life. I don't know. I think it's going to be a mixed bag. I think this month Gemini is being kind of discerning. We got the 9 of Wands. We got the 9 of Cups. Talk about a mixed bag, right? This is, I said already with the other kind of like 9 of Wands and then that 5 of Swords card, it's almost like if Gemini kind of like wanted to retract from everybody for a while, they're coming back. They're really putting themselves out there. They're more in the public eye again. They're really mingling more. They're feeling a lot brighter, a lot better throughout the month. They may still kind of be on a healing journey, and they might be more selective about who they let into their like closer inner circle. But for the big picture of the month of October, Gemini is getting their groove back. They're feeling less misunderstood. They're feeling like their reputation is becoming more solid. They're feeling like whatever struggles might have existed are kind of dissolving, and they're being seen in a better light because of Well, some people are learning who they really are. That's a two-way street. Gemini might be learning who some people are too, but that's also helping them build deeper bonds with some friends. Got an Empress. The other thing is whether they're masculine or feminine is irrelevant to me, but the Empress is highly sought after, either in a career path or in a romantic sense. Or just somebody who's looked at as a person who really has their act together, very polished, very accomplished, very sophisticated. But this can also be extremely attractive and sought after in that respect. This could be a month where, on the heels of Gemini feeling like the whole world had turned against them, which could have been blown out of proportion, but now everything is turning back around in their favor. And to top it off, they're actually gaining more, like a higher standing of reputation, and they could be looked at as a much more attractive individual in the eyes of a particular individual. Let's take a quick peek who's looking at Gemini as an Empress here, because they are coming across. Could be an Aquarius. We got a Six of Swords as well. This could be a blast from the past. This could be somebody at a distance, someone who wants to come visit Aquarius, someone who wants very much to piece back together a relationship. So it's kind of like a repeat theme throughout the month in like either personal relationships that are non-romantic are also kind of reflecting romantic relationship behaviors, like where once upon a time there were some problems. The goal of everyone's energy who deals with Gemini is to actually heal things, to move into calmer waters, to express that they value Gemini, that they put them kind of up on quite a pedestal here. I mean, this is it's funny to see the change in energy in every aspect of all those interpersonal relationships. It's nice. It's probably mostly because this Gemini seems to have come through a really tumultuous time, and they held it together, which is not easy to do. And they're on the other side of that drama, and it almost seems like they've grown. They've got a better foothold, and that energy that they're putting off is making like everyone around them see them in this really divine light. I mean, this is somebody who has a romantic flair for Gemini, who sees them as a wish fulfillment. But it is somebody who wants to like get on the good side with their Gemini, but it feels very respectful. This is somebody who thinks really highly of Gemini. That's their motive for returning, is they actually think this is somebody of great quality, someone who's a star in their eyes, somebody that's a wish fulfillment, someone that they don't want discord with, someone that they really want to stand beside. It's a nice energy overall because of the overall energy, right? Like the simplest way to say it. It's beautiful to see so many previously I'm picturing right now boiling pots on a stove where it's like splashing stuff all over the place, and the stove is getting caked and filthy dirty, and it's like that's kind of what was going on before. And now somebody came along and they turned it down to simmer, and they stirred the pots of food appropriately so nothing's getting burned to the bottom, and the food isn't being destroyed, and the stovetop isn't filthy. And now we're just simmering this wonderful sauce that'll have terrific flavor, instead of everything being cranked up to high, and life is messy, and things are too hot, and it's burning, and it's painful, and it's just a mess. And it kind of looks like Gemini already dealt with that, where everything was turned up too high, too much emotion, too much energy, everything was messy, there was drama. And it's like this month is everything calming down. That's a nice energy, especially fall, at least if you're in the northern hemisphere. I love October. It's my favorite month, actually. I like the summer too, but October is really special. And I just feel like it is a time where everything feels clearer, more beautiful. There's change in the air, but it's still crisp, and there's still light, and everything just seems clear. That's all I can say. And that's what this feels like. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I am absolutely honored you guys popped by. Hey, everybody. Thank you all for hanging out. If you do enjoy the channel, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Oh my gosh, Lucia, so good to see you, honey. Hi. Oh, what a delight. You just made my night, girl. Always great to hear from you. I have known Lucia since the beginning of my channel. Thank you. Thank you for popping by tonight, darling. I am a part of him. Thank you also for stopping by. Lee Money 33TT3. Please forgive me. I don't know a better way to say your name, but I'm so glad you're here. You guys, awesome to see you. And Lucia, wonderful, wonderful to catch up for at least a moment here. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of other zodiacs still tonight, but yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. And Lucia, I'm sending you a gigantic hug. Bye for now, honey.